let's take a look at the shoebox first. Let me show you the purpose of the shoebox to tell everyone, well, whether it's genuine or a replica. There will be some flaws. It's like the back of these shoes is oily. Well, because they are handmade shoes. It is also operated by people step by step. There may be flaws. No way. That is to say, if it is genuine, it is impossible to scrap these shoes by saying that there's a little flaw. Well, the following words, let me bring a set of unpacking first. Well, first of all, let me show you the genuine shoe type. Next, I will compare the genuine monochrome version and the highest version in Pushin. Well, as always, compare the insoles first. I already took out the insoles. What about 3 insoles? I've seen it before, except for some differences in color. Others are very similar to genuine products. This is only the highest version in Pushin. You can check the color of the insole. It will be slightly greener. Everything else is basically the same as the genuine product. Insoles and insoles, nothing to say. Let's talk about the toe part. As I said before, toe part, the genuine product will have an upward range. The highest version in Pushin is still the same, and there's no upward range. Let's take a look at the range of the genuine product first. There will be an upward amplitude from thick to thin. It is to protect the toe cap. This is also true. This is the one-shot version. There will also be a slightly upward amplitude. Not too much. Then take a look. This is the highest version in Pushin. There will be a feeling that it is thick as a whole. Then look at the fullness of the toe. The fullness of the toe cap. This is the fullness of the genuine product. This is a monochrome. The fullness of the version, well, everything is done perfectly. Then take a look at Puchin City. The fullness of the highest version of Puchin is also very perfect. But except for one thing, this place, it will be flat in this place. Well, the main reason, well, because it uses the coconut 350 color scheme, well, you'll feel the forefoot a little bit. The forefoot will be slightly larger from the camera. You might not feel it. But if you look from the side, you might feel it's a little bit bigger. The main reason is, or because the height of its toe head is not enough. If you compare 3 shoes, you can clearly feel it, the highest version in Puchin. Well, at this height, the height of the front toe cap, it will obviously be a little lower than the genuine product. Just watch it from a distance. Well, a comparison of the genuine and monochromatic versions. Their toe height is basically above one height. And look again, genuine and the highest version in Puchin. You can take a look at a toe cap. Obviously, this genuine product is obviously higher than the highest version in Pushin. That's why, well, you can see the sole of this shoe will go down slightly partial. Well, there will be a downward amplitude for reasons. Well, the third point, nothing to say. This piece inside tweed are very similar. There's no comparison. They're all very close. And then compare again, as I said before, the back waist part of the shoe. If it is genuine, there will be a backward range. Well, you can take a look. It has a backward amplitude. Take a look at the monochromatic version. There is also a backward amplitude. Hey, take a look at the highest version in Potion. It's a very flat feeling. It doesn't, it's pressed like this. It should be better. That's why you can feel it. His piece will be wider. The main reason is because he doesn't have a amplitude. If you look at the 4th point, it's the stitch on the toe and the stitch on the tail. Take a look at the genuine sutures. It is a slightly more delicate feeling. Take a look at the poison-colored version of the toe cap and the stitches on the back of the butt. That's the stitch. Take another look at the front stitches. Then compare the genuine and the highest version of stitches in Pushin. It is obvious that the suture of the highest version in Pushin will be slightly wider. Well, in other words, the trend of sutures is exactly the same as that of genuine products. And then the heel of the piece mentioned before is smooth and poo. The heel of the highest version of Tashimi will still have a little bit of a small margin from this. If you speak from the side, you should be able to see that this piece is a little bulkier. But what about this one? Well, it is also within the error range of the genuine product. Sometimes this phenomenon also occurs with genuine products. Similarly, we still use an elasticity tester to measure the elasticity of the bows. Size. Test the elasticity of the genuine bows first. Is it around 30? Take a look at the elasticity of the poison-colored version boost, which is also around 30. That is to say, the poison version and the genuine foot feel are very close. Then take a look at Puchin City, the elasticity of the highest version of the boss. Same. It's around 25? 25 words. It is still the same as the previous explanation. Well, if your measured elasticity is too small, it means that your elastic recovery is particularly obvious. The rebound of elasticity when you step on it and come back is particularly obvious. Well, although it feels stronger to step on shit, but there'll be a certain difference with the foot feel of the genuine product. If you walk too deep, it must be different from the genuine product. It's not that there is a gap between R and the genuine product. The main reason is the problem of foot feel. You step on it, and if it feels too strong, you will have an uncomfortable feeling in your feet when you turn back. Well, as you can see, I've turned off the lights. Then we still have to use our purple light for comparison, because there are some details. If it is genuine, you need to use a purple light to identify it. Let's take a look at the genuine and genuine in the highest version in Pusha. I have seen this, the difference in their subtleties before. Then we first illuminate the hole with purple light. The heel of the shoe will also have fluorescence. Fluorescence. It will fluorescence as well. You can take a look then to the toe cap. It's the same as in Europe. There will be a brighter fluorescent spot on the toe. You can take a look at this piece. There will be a brighter fluorescent spot. Then there will be fluorescence from the front palm to the heel to the back sole. Then take a look at the monochromatic version. Let's start with the heel. There will be silver as well. It will also fluoresce. And then to the front, there's a bright spot. This place is completely consistent with the genuine product. Then go to the back of the palm. There will be fluorescent spots. Then take a look at Puchin City. The highest version. Let's start with the heel. The heel will also have a little fluorescence. Well, the fluorescence is not very obvious. I'll compare it with you right away. Then compare the place of the forefoot. It's the place where the first shoelace is in front. It has no fluorescent spot. It just doesn't fluoresce. Then to the sole, you can take a look. There will also be fluorescence, but the fluorescence effect is not very strong. Then let's look at it from this point. Take a look. This is the highest version in Bushin. Their shoes would be fluorescent. And look at the monochromatic version. Then take a look at the genuine one. If it is genuine, it will not have fluorescence. We are completely consistent with the genuine product. Then there is the fluorescence comparison mentioned before. Take a look. This is genuine fluorescent and a monochromatic version of the fluorescence. Then take a look at these two pairs of shoes, and then you can clearly see the fluorescence difference. They are fluorescent, but the fluorescence is not very strong. It is completely inconsistent with the fluorescence of the genuine product. Well, there's another very obvious gap, which is pull this piece diagonally back. The highest version in Pushin, this piece will reflect light. This is genuine. Take a look at this piece, and it won't turn upside down. Well, on the whole, the difference between the shape of the highest version of the pressing line in Pushin and the genuine product is not very large, except for a few points mentioned earlier. The first point is that there is no upward amplitude at the toe cap. Well, number two, the toe will collapse a little bit. This piece will be a bit deflated. Well, the third point, it's shoelaces and shoe back pulls. They fluoresce. If it is genuine, there will be no fluorescence phenomenon. Well, it's just their shoe. Well, there's one more important thing, right? There will be no shoelaces perforated gaps, and they still have gaps. Take a look at the genuine one. There will be no gaps. Take a look at the Poison Society version again. Let's take a look at the highest version in Pushin. Well, the other thing is that they don't have a backward amplitude behind the shoe. The most important point is the method of identifying the sub-third line. Well, apart from Europe, except for the Americas, in Asia and Europe, this piece will have a fluorescent spot. If you shine it with a finger light, it will reflect light, well, including the soles of their shoes. Reflectivity. Reflective brightness, far from being genuine, the brightness of the genuine product. Anything else? These shoes are still very well made. I hope everyone keeps up with the Lord. We will continue to update the videos you want to watch in the following videos. I hope you can leave a message in the comment area to follow and like.